Somalis came here during the First World War. They were brought by the British from Somaliland to come and fight the Germans in Tanganyika. There were no big competition in 2013 election. There was just a collusion that the big tribes now came together. We Somalis, we were given the deputy governor. When it comes to Somalis, more than 10 clans, everybody has 2 to 3 elders in that meeting. That will not happen. Every clan wants for himself the seat. That's what happened in 2022. Those who have been politicians, deputy governors, baada kila mtu amekosa kura, watu wameingia Nairobi and they got it. People will wait for 2026 sasa atakuja kwa siasa kutafuta kwa jamii. Word of Burat, do hereby commit to uphold the announced outcome of the elections as conducted by the Somali Council of Elders on this day of 1st January 2022 at Landmark Hotel. That means you are signing against a commitment letter that you will uphold the election results done by the Somali Council of Elders, whereby the candidate signs and the elder of her clan countersigns the same commitment. That when she goes against the commitment, that the elder now can intercept and say, no, this thing we agreed and we signed. So now, this was meant to put, emphasis and pressure so that the candidates might not go against the wish of the elders. But it never happened. We say now we cannot go this way, every clan for himself. We cannot compete with other communities who are now growing up. Because here in Isiolo is called the big five, which is the Boran, Somalis, Meru, Turkana, and Samburu. My name is Idla Hassan, Secretary General, Somali Council of Elders, Isiolo County. And I just wanted to talk briefly on Somali community politics in Isiolo County. Let me just say something, a little bit history of the Somalis in Isiolo. Somalis came here during the First World War. They were brought by the British from Somaliland to come and fight the Germans in Tanganyika. And those who were brought from there mainly were the Isa community and the Dulbahante of the larger Harti community. They came, the British brought them, they won the fight. Germans were actually removed from Tanganyika, and thereafter the British settled those communities in Kenya, here in Isiolo, in 1922. And from that time, 1922 up to now, in Isiolo, not the whole county, but the larger central division of Isiolo, that is where the Somalis were settled. And there were actually the community during the colonial who were controlling this area. So no any other community could come here during the colonial. People were going with pass. You cannot just go the way you want. So now, from that time, thereafter, there were a lot of challenges. After independence, there were a lot of challenges. The shifter war erupted, and there was a lot of misplacement. A lot of problem happened. And after the shifter war, in 1969, the first member of parliament here in Isiolo North was a Somali by the name Honorable Muhammad Abdi Qadir. And he's still alive. He's an elder. He's still alive. Even he participated during the initiation of Isiolo Somali Council of Elders, who was part and parcel of that organization, or reorganizing the Somali community. First of all, Somali Council of Elders was formed in 2009. Actually, I was part of the team who came up with that idea. I was part of the dream team, actually, who brought Somalis together in 2009, because before that, Somali were divided into clans. And we have 11 sub-tribes, which we call them 11 clans. We have 11 sub-tribes in Isiolo. And by that time, before Somali Council of Elders was formed, everybody was for himself. And every clan was actually doing his or her things alone. So when we came to realize that now Kenyans are now actually going to embrace the 2010 Constitution, and everything will be devolved, we opted to plan ahead as a community. We come together and form the Somali Council of Elders in 2009. And by 2011, we registered with the Registrar of Societies. Actually, at that time, Honorable Muhammad Abdul Kuti was member of Isiolo North, member of Parliament, and he was the Minister for Livestock. Helped us to register as a community so that we can help our community in terms of social, economical, and political empowerment when we are together and one. And before I continue, Almami, we need to say one or two things about the history of Somalis. You know, Somalis, as I said before, was actually settled in 1922 here by the British. And if I come actually towards the politics after independence, the member of Parliament for Isiolo North from 1969 up to 1974 was a Somali, Honorable Muhammad Abdul Qadir. And then from there, from 74, Somalis started actually competing against each other. And the two main clans at that time were very strong in Isiolo County. And actually they were the indigenous and the natives could not agree actually to vie on one seat, to vie on one constituency. So they were divided. One clan, you know, opted to vie in Isiolo South and the other one in Isiolo North. And in that election, both of them lost. Both of them lost. And since from that time, Somali, since from 1969 up to now, am I speaking, Somalis were very active as far as Isiolo politics and Isiolo social economic is concerned. And Almami, numbers don't lie. The census of 2019 through the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics result after the census, Somalis were the second largest community in Isiolo County. Borana were the largest, followed by the Somalis. And you know Somalis are scattered in this county. But the larger portion, the larger population of Somalis are within the larger central division. The larger central division, you know, central division before, it was up to Gotu, and then up to Kipsing. It was called the central division. And that is where actually the bigger population Somalis are. So in 2011, after we registered as a community, we opted now to have, you know, a structure which will bring the community together. We were successful. Actually, we were the first community to be registered as Council of Elders. And during that period, everything actually was going very well. And when we reached the election of 2012 and 2013, you know, it's supposed to be 2012, but it went up to 2013, there was a collusion among the larger communities, the larger tribes. The Somalis actually were given the portion of the deputy governor. The governor seat went to the Borans. The senator went to Sakuye, Weshimakuti, and it was a collusion. And we were very successful. That time we succeeded, but we lost the members of the county assemblies. And you know, in Burad ward, where Somalis are the larger tribe, we have over 5,000 plus votes, nearly 6,000 votes in Burad. But we could not win that seat just because of clan competition among ourselves. The two main clans in Burad could not agree, or they could not even agree with the decision of the Council of Elders that we have one candidate. After the election, we lost Burad and we lost also Bulapesa. And you know Bulapesa, where the native come from, the indigenous community, that is their base. And we lost in Bulapesa, we lost in Burad. We only succeeded on the deputy governor seat. By that time it was Honorable Mohammed Simba Gulet. Then things went on well because we were actually in a coalition that formed the government that time. We were not bad off as a community. Everything actually was going on very well. Then in 2016, we opted now to go for a member of parliament of Isiolo North. We went to Mulango as a community. We slaughtered over 8 camels. We agreed that we need to vie for Isiolo North MP. And after that, other forces came in. The problem we are having here in Isiolo is the Somali in Isiolo. You know, we have also the other Somali members who are residing in Nairobi, and strong people in terms of economical status, and also being the native of Isiolo County. They disrupted our plan. They said, now, no, we are not going for member of parliament. We are not yet, it's not yet time. We'll still continue going for the deputy governor seat. They disrupted all our plans because sometimes, you know, these people that come from Nairobi, they only come during the election. They even don't know our problems. There's no time even they visit Isiolo. During the continuity after election, they don't even say how are our people fending, how are they doing. But when elections actually come nearer, closer now, they come in. We start calling them now the dark forces, because they come in at the last minute and disrupt our plans. We opted to follow their suggestions. We opted now to go for the deputy governor seat. By that time, the senator for Isiolo, Mohammed Abdukuti, actually took our nominated one of us to be his running mate, and we succeeded. Kuti succeeded, our deputy governor succeeded. We even succeeded the member of county assembly, Burad. We still lost again in Bulapesa, but we were lucky to have one member of the county assembly and 3 nominated members of the county assembly. We were very much okay as a community, and that actually came about because of our structure, because of one center of power, one center of coordination, which is the Somali Council of Elders, made us to succeed in 2017 in Burad. In 2022, Almami, things never went as per our plan, as the plan of the Council of Elders. Clan competition took the center stage. Clan competition took the center stage, whereby we opted now to go for the deputy governor seat again, and for the 2 members of the county assemblies again. And we were not lucky this time round. We were not lucky this time round because we always actually compete at the last minute. And that's what happened. Again, the clan competition took the center stage. We lost Burad, we lost Bulapesa, we also lost the deputy governor seat because we were actually with Honorable Doyo. Our deputy governor was actually with Honorable Doyo's alliance. We could not, we were defeated. We were not lucky. So, as I was saying earlier, it is the clan competition, not the population. We have population because of the clan competition, because sometimes the Council of Elders become toothless. When it comes now to clan competition, because every clan wants for himself. Nobody wants to see, the decision of the Somali wholesome. Everybody thinks that he has the number. He has the number, and actually, that's not the case. There's no clan within the Somali structure that have the numbers to succeed by himself or herself. In 2022, we had even a commitment among ourselves, among the candidates, among the clan leaders. We had a commitment. We even signed, every clan leader and his candidate signed a commitment letter. A commitment letter which is even in my phone here. If I may read one of the commitment letters at that time, with the heading of commitment to uphold election results. This is one of the candidates. I, Hussein Mohammed, ID number blah blah, and vying for the electoral seat, stroke ward of Burat, do hereby commit to uphold the announced outcome of the elections as conducted by the Somali Council of Elders on this day of 1st January 2022 at the Landmark Hotel. That is the candidate now. And then there's this condition that, if I may say one of it, I believe in the purpose and mission of the Somali Council of Elders, and I will act responsibly and prudently as its steward. This is actually a commitment letter signed by the candidate in the presence of his clan chairman. Muhammad Hussein that time, Muhammad Hussein is he came from the clan of Ajuran. So this is now the chairman of Ajuran and himself as a candidate. And these were four candidates from Burat. And they have done the same. And another 2 candidates from Bulapesa, they have done the same, And we actually planned very early, 1st of January 2022, which means that we had the ample time that we can campaign for our candidates in the August general election. We had an ample time. So that is on first. After the election and after the outcome, whereby there were 2 winners, the second day, which is the 2nd of January again, the following day, 2nd of January, the clans who lost went to the press that they are not party to that outcome. They told everybody, television yote, Citizen, KTN, everything, that we are not party in that process of the Somali Council of Elders. That is where we actually failed as a community. And that's why I'm saying that it is a clan competition. It is mimi mwenyewe. Everyone for himself. Every clan wants to be himself. And the end result We lost. We lost the election in Burad, and we lost the seat of Burad and Bulapesa. So that is the main problem. But as far as the Council of Elders, we had a good idea. We knew whom we are competing with. We knew the strengths of the other competitors. We knew. So we wanted to have one candidate to face the other competitors. Lakini sasa ndio hiyo. That's how things happen. But if they could have followed the decision or the agreement within the structure of the Somali Council of Elders, we could have succeeded in both, because the numbers the Somali candidates gathered, as per those who actually defeated them, you cannot imagine. We could not imagine, because to us, Bulapesa was won by the minority. Burad was won by the minority. And just because of our differences, our clan competition, that's where actually we are now behind everybody. And we are known to be a community that actually divide their votes. Mpaka hata wakati mwingine tunaambiwa hii watu ni watu wa kupangwa. Wakati ya mwisho ni watu wa kupangwa. And we have the numbers. We have the numbers. Almami, our main problem, our main, our main problem is we are lacking, a leader, leave alone the Council of Elders. Because the Council of Elders, we don't have the resource. We don't have the resource. And we are lacking a political leader who will always be within the community structure. Whereby, if there is any differences, a leader who can chip in now. A leader who can chip in now and bring the people together when they disagree with the Council of Elders. We are actually missing such a leader. And even those leaders who are in Nairobi, or those businessmen who are in Nairobi, who always come at the last minute. They even disrupted us in 2022 election because some were actually supporting the other side where our deputy governor was not. They were supporting the competitor on the other side, and they're the people who are actually having the resource. The end result is that, because why is it happening that way? Because there's no coordination between us and them. Because they don't come at the right time to know where we stand. Even now, after the election, nobody is actually visiting us here. And they will just come and force us to support a candidate of their choice, which we might not agree. And that's where actually the division comes. We could be very happy if our businessmen in Nairobi could have actually known our problems here, come and share with us that this is their plan. Before even the election, we could have been somewhere. I'm a very senior person within the Somali Council of Elders structure. And I actually play a very big role within the Somali politics. I know everything. I've been here in Isiolo for the last 4 years. So I know everything. And I know the strength of each clan. But as a community, if we come together, we can make a very big difference. We can make a very big difference. And I urge our political leaders within here and outside, please let's come together. Let's come together and and look back where we came from and where we are. Let's talk to each other. As a community, we need to talk to each other. We should not be a community which will be taken for a ride always, because the other political competitors from other communities always take us for a ride. They know our strength. They know our strength. They divide us along clan. Along clan, they divide us. And that's how actually they try to rule us. Divide and rule tactics they use on us. But inshallah, things will not be always that way. As a community, we'll be talking, we are discussing, and things will change for the better. Things will change for the better, and inshallah, we'll go for stronger seat this time round. We'll go for the stronger seat this time round. We will not give any chance to any division among ourselves. Even other clans within the Somali setup are now talking. What we have passed is now behind us. 2022 is behind us, the rest of the years is behind us. You know, in Kenya politics, it's about tribes. It's not only us here in Isiolo. Even at the national level. Even at the national level. Even at the party level. It's among tribes. How strong is your community? How strong is your tribe? How actually will you be within the table where decisions are made? I'm not saying that we will not be actually will not be engaged in other communities. We'll be engaging, but first, the Somali community should come together and fight for political space in Isiolo. We have history in Isiolo, so we need to be somewhere within the political structure. And this can only happen when we are fully united. When we are fully united. We have the potential, we have the numbers. I have no doubt on that. But I hope other leaders, our leaders, the Somali leaders, whether at the national level or the county level, will hear my plea that they need to engage the community, the earliest. We need to be talking the earliest, because the early bird catches the fly. Lazima tujipange mapema, tusije tukaongoja wakati mwisho tunaanza kugawanywa na pesa. Watu wetu wako na pesa, they should come with that money. If our people need money, even our people can give them money to keep them together. To keep them together. So, my prayer is, inshallah, Allah tufikishe salama. We have seen as a community being without a leader. We have seen it. In this term, 2022-2027, we don't have a political leader. And we know where the foot is pinching. Mtu mwenyewe anavaa viatu anajua pale inamfinya. Economically, we were dependent on livestock. Somalis here in Isiolo. Some years back, we were feeding Nairobi with camel milk. Over 10,000 liters were being transported from Isiolo. There are two cooperatives, societies, actually owned by the Somalis in Isiolo Central, where they are the main producers of the camel milk. But now the population of camel is decreasing due to insecurity, because the grazing land, the Somali grazing land in Isiolo County is being overtaken, is being taken. We are being pushed. The bigger population of camels from Isiolo now, owned by the Somalis, are now in Tana River. Others are in Laikipia. Others went to Voi. So economically, it's now shrinking. The Somali community economy is shrinking because we were dependent on that. Pahali ambaye hiyo maziwa ilikuwa nalipia watoto school fees, watu wanafanya biashara, you know. Sasa ngamia yote sasa imekuwa scattered. It's not there. And it's an area ambaye watu wanaangalia sana, because kahawa inaangaliwa, majani chai inaangaliwa. lakini ngamia haiangaliwi. Ni kwa sababu ya nini? Ni kwa sababu I don't know why, because it's a production, you know, inaweza kuboost economy ya wananchi na hata ya nchi. Something should be critically looked at that angle. Sasa kama jamii sisi we actually losing economically, socially ndio tunagawanywa, politically we are down, and we are praying our community will see that, na inshallah mambo itangara, mambo itagara, and I will be having fresh blood, young fresh blood who are coming. I know young fresh blood are coming to take charge now of the political affairs of the community here in Isiolo. And our brothers in northern Kenya, the northeastern part of the republic, viongozi ambaye wako at the national level, they sometimes need to come here and say hi to us. Let them know even our problem. They can learn a lot from us, and there's a lot of ways they can help us also. Hata kama tumefinyika, tutasaidika. Somali nasemanga tolkaado kumagawe afkaado kugabin. If we talk, they will hear us, and they will come and listen to us. Na kama kuna shida, watatusaidia kusettle down. Kwa sababu kila mtu ni mtu yake. Kila mtu ni mtu yake, and this time round business will not be as usual. Watu wamezoea, they are used to take our boats in amana, unaonekana ya kwamba hatuna namna, hatuna chochote, lakini this time round we are talking, inshallah we will pull together, we will pull resources together, we will pull everything together, and there will be a lot of changes. There will be a lot of changes, and I hope mambo itangara vile tunatarajia. Mimi sitaki kuendelea zaidi. We have the numbers, na tutaongea, na tutafanya kazi pamoja, na tutaunga ile serikali saa hii tuko tayari kuunga mkono, hatuna shida naye, na tutasonga mbele tukijipanga. Kila mtu anajipanga. Siasa sasa batoni yake imeguzwa. Bali kila bali watu wanachapa siasa. Tutachapa yetu, na tutaleta watu wetu pamoja. Kwa hiyo machache nafikiri I'll stop it there, Almami, na things will go for the better. Mambo itangara, inshallah mambo itangara, na tutasaidika, kwa sababu tusipong'ang'ana kama viongozi kuongea, hakuna mtu atatupanga. Sisi wenyewe nafaa tujipange, na inshallah we are talking, tutajipanga, na kama uongozi iko weak pahali itaonekana. Kama ni sisi wazee ndio tuko weak, then itaonekana. Kama ni viongozi wa siasa wako weak, itaonekana. But mimi naipatia naielekesha kidole the clan competition, the Somali clan competition, ndio ile imetuweka chini. Hiyo ndio imetuweka chini, na watu nafikiri sasa wamejua, because they have nothing now. Wamejua, na I think we are talking. I hope we will take over Burhat, we will take over Bula Pesa, we will go for the MP seat, we will go for the deputy governor seat, we will go for everything. Kuna mtu anatuzuia. If we are united, hakuna kitu tatuzuia. We will move forward. Kama ni pesa, wacha watu wetu wakuje na pesa hiyo, na tutaendelea. So yangu nitaiwachia hapo. I was just trying to give a brief of where we are in Isiolo politics, and things will be better, because siasa ni maisha. Siasa ni maisha. Na siasa ni numbers. Na siasa ni kabila. Mtu asikudanganya, you know. Huwezi kuwa negotiator kama unajua umetoka pahali iko chini. So we know ourselves, we know our strength. Inshallah things will work for us in the near future. Mungu atuweke uhai na afya. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.